Legend stories, brave and bold. Charge the fields, ready to fight. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Turn sailor, ready to strike. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Structures rise, defenses fall. Victory sweet, we answer the call. Tactics sharp and plans precise. We face our fate, roll the dice. Intense drumming, the heartbeat sink. Pop boom screaming on the brink. Tension builds with each move. Proving battles we improve. Charge the fields, ready to fight. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Turn sailor, ready to strike. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. High hearts burning through the night. Intense drumming, a heartbeat sink. Pop punk screaming on the brink. Tension builds with each move. Proving battles we improve. Charge the fields, ready to fight. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Turn sailor, ready to strike. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. High hearts burning through the night. High hearts through the night.
We are live.
That's not.
Live. What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
So we got Hyper Turtle, a commissioner. Why don't you
Sorry, I'm
Get
used
us
to,
started.
Like, what do you call that? Business calls.
No
so you're
worries,
trying
no
not
worries.
to.
Zoom?
Too
no
much.
worries. Whoever can chat can
but
chat.
too many
no problem.
people talking at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that too, and I'm also used to having the rights to mute them whenever necessary, but, you know, I work with what I got here.
Okay.
So, welcome everyone who's participating, welcome to everyone who's watching. This is FSL. We're getting close to getting the season off the ground. First, we've got a little bit of planning to do, and with planning comes meetings and discussions and all the other stuff everyone associates with StarCraft.
Especially the planning. You gotta plan.
Yeah, you're right. You know, does everyone have a good build worked out for this meeting?
Yes. Always
Nope.
a good build.
All in
he's
play.
like,
Build, huh? Well, we do have our old planning list, so we can
And
revisit.
KJ, you're still muted.
All right. Well, we do have our old planning list. You guys can see that on the screen. We can revisit
Yeah.
some of those topics that we chatted about when we first started talking about this. But we also can talk about our new members that you have vetted, right, Hyper Turtle?
Yep, I've gotten to meet some really enthusiastic StarCraft people.
Yeah.
One of which actually has beaten me to 100% achievements, so
Oh wow.
I can tell we're going to have a little rivalry going here, although he's way ahead of me in skill too, so.
There you go. I'm showing that on the stream.
Mhm.
The players.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we've got a pretty good variety. We got some fairly low-level players, silver and gold. We got a lot more players coming from Europe and areas around there. In general, pretty good mix, including, you know, a few random enthusiasts like myself.
Cool. We got Revenant Rage on. He's turning on his camera. He can join us for a discussion. The captains.
And for anyone
Here.
curious about them, we've already done a little bit of show match stuff with them.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. It's been a long off season.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had some show
Well, not
matches,
just
though.
for us, but almost all of StarCraft. There was kind of a little bit of a lull.
You ain't lying. Like GSL and freaking World Championships. It sucked.
Even ASL for Brood War, people forgot that got delayed quite a bit too. It just managed to beat SC2 out of the gate this time around.
Yeah. So why don't you guys tell us what you've been up to, SC2 or whatever that you want to share since we last chatted? Why don't we go around?
All right. I say clockwise. So Revenant Rage, you start.
Haven't been playing very much, been pretty busy. I did finally hit Diamond. So that was exciting, but swiftly got kicked back down to Platinum 2 MMR.
Well, congrats on hitting that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's huge, dude. That's huge. That means you're striking at it, and you know that MMR loss is like to be expected, but we're gonna call you a diamond anyway. You're good, man.
In the rough. Any diamond needs to be in the rough.
That's right.
I don't even know what that term means.
I don't either. The first time I made platinum, but sure it's not 3 games later I'm back down to gold. But now I'm confirmed platinum. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Well, if you're straddling the chasm, you're gonna fall in here and there. That's
It's a peak thing, man. You hit it, and then it's an achievement.
Then you get more consistent about it.
Yep.
That's right.
Craig says congrats.
All right.
Craig on the chat says congrats. The shoe shiner.
Yep. All right. Well, as far as StarCraft 2 goes, I've been grinding really heavily in Team Ladder and in co-op. For both of those, I've only got one achievement left for each, and then it's going to be all solo ladder, which I'm about halfway through. Other than that, just kind of doing a lot of reaching out on different social media platforms, finding more people, and I've been really happy with the results. I believe we've got 15 or 16 people who are going to be new this time. Also, a lot of them are curious a bit about doing some other modes, some StarCraft Remastered, so there's a lot of little stuff I'd like to experiment with when it's not a League night or a League afternoon, because I know we're going to be shooting for weekends a bit more. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of Fitbit challenges.
Nice.
And letting the dogs drag me all over the neighborhood. My shoes are not shine. In fact, they are falling apart as we speak.
Yeah. Shoes and
Thanks to the Fitbit.
There you go. Speaking
All
of
right.
speaking of shoes, man, Neutrophil, I know you run a lot. How are your shoes? How you doing?
Yeah, I do need to replace my shoes soon because they've been through a whole track season. But I've been good. I haven't really been gaming too much because of school. It's been pretty busy and track too. But yeah, I'm excited to play again today. It'll be fun.
Yeah. And we got Nachos, man. What is up with you?
What up?
I know you've been busy. You've been playing, right?
Yeah, I've been playing. So MMR wise, I am exactly where you left me. But I'm working on some other builds. Like this is an achievement I never thought I could hit. But I can hit 60 drones in 5 minutes, like in a ladder game. So I'm gonna take that as a win. Now I haven't been laddering as hardcore as I want to, like here and there, trying to like squeeze out all the like kind of like it forces you to like drone up that fast. It forces you to like make sure you're on your scouting because you're gonna get caught. And so like pay attention to the mini map, pay attention to what's going on. Just kind of like it's almost like relearning everything all over again, but it's been really, really awesome.
You got a nice camera setup too. Your streaming setup is nice, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so and also we got I think someone wants to join. Staged wants to join on the chat. Is that one of the new guys? You guys want to
Yeah, that's one of the new guys. I think that's for just a little bit later,
Ah, that's for
for
later.
when
Okay.
we're
Cool. When we're
doing
do the
some
show
matches.
match. Okay. Do
Hmm
you want to chat with them, or do you want to go through our list first of topics? What do you guys want to do?
I think topics first, and
All
then
right, let's
when
do
we've
that.
got some new people, we can
We can go
definitely
through
meet
that with
them.
them later. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So real quick, we had a discussion before. As you guys know, the Storm FSL website is up. You can see all the players that played there, their history, right? The statistics, the teams, who's in what team, etc. Of course, that may change after the draft, but check that out. And then the new players will be onboarded there later.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys check that out. So that's great. We talked about that. Then we got the new recruits, which we'll talk about later. That's part of what we had discussion on last time. Then we had something here about Friday night versus Saturday afternoon broadcast. We have some European players. Probably Saturday noon, US Eastern means they can play. Have we discussed that?
I
I
think
heard.
I think Saturday afternoon, as far as Eastern time goes, is kind of going to have to go that way.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Saturday noon is a good time. That way we can
Yeah.
get these guys in there involved, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
I'm
might
open
be
And
the
to.
change.
there's room to be flexible sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
we want that to be the main one. As far as Great Archon's question, the draft is going to be round robin with the team captain, each of the team captains grabbing at
Oh
people.
yeah. You know what we could do?
There's actually a lovely video of last time where we were fighting tooth and nails,
Yep. So the
and there's
season
room for trading afterwards too.
so the season 8 draft, we detailed that here. We may change things a little bit, but I'll post that on the chat. You guys can check out the doc. We're pretty organized around here, aren't we? So
Very organized. Very organized.
it's just that it takes us a while to get going, right? Okay, so that's Saturday. Sounds like that's finalized. We're gonna do Saturday noon. That's the target, noon, 1 o'clock. Either way, that's Europe friendly.
Mhm.
I
That's
like it.
pretty cool.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Like the Friday nights are. It was traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is real. But listen, I'm a little bit older, and I like to go to bed at a decent time. And
Yeah.
sometimes, man, when it got up to like 10 p.m. my time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could barely keep my eyes open. And
Uh-huh.
great, you mentioned Great Archon. He is my recruit. We play on a corporate league, and so we just got done with that season. And I was like, dude, you got to play. It's really a lot of fun, and I'm so glad he's here. And
Yep.
we always play 3 p.m. on Saturdays, which is brutal because like whatever you have planned that Saturday, I have to get back to my workstation in order to sit down and focus on the game. But noon is easy. Everybody sleeps in, and you can kind of chill. You play your game, then you can bounce out for the rest of the day. It's really nice. So
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah,
And guys, if you think the games have been exciting, you should find some footage of me racing to pick my daughter up from daycare, get home, get food out, and then try to make sure that all the correct audio settings are up on my computer. Yeah, it's
Okay.
so this is pretty.
busy
Is this
work.
pretty? Saturday noon pretty unanimous then?
That's what we're going with. If there's
Yeah.
objections, hopefully people will speak them up. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that some of us like work like non-traditional all weird hours jobs, and that will definitely come. And like you said, Hyper, it's just like you're going to you can have the one-offs, matchups and stuff like that.
mhm.
We can definitely be accommodating. So
Yes. Noon U.S. Eastern is the target. We may adjust that an hour here or there, but that will be super friendly to Europe, America, and the late people in Asia. They stay up a little
there you
later.
Well, we do have players from the Philippines, so
Yeah.
That's right.
That
not
might
as many
actually be
as
better.
before, but
The gamers, because that's Saturday night, they stay up anyway, right? Rather than waking up at 7 a.m., which is
Mm-hmm.
unlikely, that's probably better for them. Okay, so that's that. The next topic, we will do the draft night. We just got to decide now when is that going to be. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing that we talked about was we're going to redraft, but each
Yeah.
team gets to protect 2 players.
I like that.
So we'll keep the identity of the teams, but there'll be a redraft. So what do you guys think? I mean, I think that's pretty much a good way to
I
get
think
us
that's
going.
exciting, and I think the protected items are pretty important since a lot of the teams do have someone. Most of us have kind of a co-captain or something along those lines.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So I'm going to show the website. If you guys go to sizestorm.com/FSL, it's right there. And then you can go to the teams. These are the teams that we have now. And you can see this will be redrafted. It will be really cool, guys. You get to see them. You have one entry per person that played multiple races. And you can see Nachos has quite a few in there. And you can see his old intro, his statistics, all that good stuff. It's all there,
Wait,
guys.
No. Go back. I'm looking at myself. Are there 4 of me because I also did some random?
Oh yeah, let's look at you. You are Hyper Turtle. You have 5 of you
I am.
because of the
Wait,
different divisions. You played a different division at one point.
Okay, all right.
So it's
For those who don't know, I am a jack of all trades with
Yeah.
StarCraft. Absolutely not in Masters or Grandmasters in any.
yeah. So we're showing your team Infinite Cyclist, and yeah, you're
I'm,
there with several entries, including a Code S match that you played at one point where you went over 2. But hey, you jumped up from A to S for some reason. I don't know what it was.
Just to step in for a moment, KJ is not a team captain. War Bunny is the number 5, but yeah, he has some pretty busy evenings himself.
Yeah, on your team, it's you have a co-captain, which should be listed in there somewhere, right?
Hyper Turtle. Do I see a 10-20 record with Protoss? That is your off. That is a strong off race, bro. I think so.
Yeah, so
Like
you
the
guys can
very top.
peruse that, guys. If you guys go to the FSL, it'll be a nice FSL website. You guys can have fun with that. So those that are playing this season, you will be in there. You guys will have some stats recorded for history, for good, right?
For me, it's
Right.
going to be interesting because I actually have finally been getting a bit more into the rhythm of Terran. That's the last race I have to get my 1,000th
Yep.
team win in. I've got less than 100 to go, and I think I've actually figured out a few strategies for them. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll be putting it to test, I'm sure.
and if you guys can also look, we are tracking all the stats or every history, including medals and awards for team achievements, team championship. You guys can sort all that out. The history of FSL, we've had 8 seasons. We're coming up to our 9th season. And we took a lot of time documenting all of this, putting a database, putting this whole website, doing the stats and data modeling and all that. And special thanks to Vales, who kind of compiled all the stats. We got some replays. Some replays would be available and they would have VOD. So we're going to get to that point eventually. So yeah. Nachos is also an admin, so he helps that out. And there's a chat channel too, but I don't think we use it that much. But you guys are admins, you guys can help with that. Anyway, back to our topics. Alright, so we have the draft. We just gotta figure out when are we drafting, guys.
Okay, well, let me give you a leading question. Do we have a full draft list?
Ooh, full draft list. It would be so last season what we said was it's up to each team to scout the players, meaning you have to see if they're active, they want to play, etc. Right? Because we're not going to compile that for you. That's part of your job to figure out. So you can go through the whole list of players that are available in FSL and contact them in some shape or form, right? Figure it out and say, hey, I may draft you, right? So you can go to all the players and see if they're active. In addition, to be fair, Hyper Turtle has a list of new members that he has vetted right here. They're not in the system yet. And you can see their rank and their race. So just like last season, we'll have the different divisions, 2v2 included, right? So they'll have code S, code B, code A. So the ones that are in demand are these gold players. So keep that in mind.
doubt.
These guys are super in demand.
Yeah.
And if
It's
we have
not
room,
just
we'll add,
about
yeah.
recruiting the absolute best player, because if you've got Code S, but you don't really have the other bases covered, you're still going to be behind on points.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
will
And I
struggle.
love how that works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys have to really
So
do your
good.
scouting, man. You got to figure it out. You know,
So I asked about the, do we have the full list of, drafting from that list based on, like, last season's participation and the newcomers. With that, it's like looking at the total amount of players, and then based on that, do we have enough players to fill out 5 teams? One of the things that I was like, asking everybody to keep an open mind is that if we, if our player base is shrunk this year, you know, would it be better just to go with 4 teams to, make sure you have some deep benches and, be
yeah,
more
yeah. No,
flexible
that's a good
from
question.
player
You
to
brought
player.
up that
I
that good
think
suggestion. So hold on before we get to that. I know we have
Okay.
15 new players at
Mhm.
least,
Wow.
something like that. So
That's
that's a
awesome.
lot. There's plenty to
That's a
go
lot.
around, right? And then you can
Yeah.
look at the previous season 8 to
Mm-hmm.
schedule the results. And by the way, just to remind everyone that is not familiar, right? Each match goes like this, right? So here's one example for match 4. We have Rageous Raiders who lost to Angry Space Hair 6-2. Every player is important because you do a best of 2, whether you're code B or code A, you add points. And then we add that up. And then you have an ace match if necessary. And then the 2v2, right? So it's super
Mhm.
important that every division is covered. And so back to your question, the total number of players, who's active, etc. I don't know the answer to that yet, but I do know we have 15 new players. And so, if I remember correctly, almost everyone wants to come back and play this season. Maybe a couple said maybe I can't, but I feel like we have enough. So, up to you, Nachos, if you want to continue running the
Yeah.
flag of the team that I'm on. I'm on your team,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes,
that
sir.
is the let's go to that team. It's the Cheesy Nachos. That's our team. There you go.
That's right.
So we got to figure
Yeah,
it out,
Nacho
right?
Pride, man.
I will tell you,
Historical pride.
as a captain, because I mean, as a captain, I need the full participant list. So I will put that as an action item for myself, and to gather up that for the rest of the captains. Like, listen, for season 9,
Yep.
this is the people who, I have to kind of dig and stuff like that, but we can assume start with the players who actually played last year.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Mhm.
we drafted a lot, but some of them just were ghosts, right?
Yeah.
But the people who participated in last season, and then with the newcomers, you got a solid pool of draftees,
Yeah.
and we can work off that list. So,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
by the way,
Nachos.
yeah. Go ahead.
2 of us can probably work together, just individually reach out to people
there
and
we go.
just have them confirm whether or not. I think
Yeah,
between 2 of us, that should be perfectly
I can do that.
reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe we should make that public. It's the public draft list,
Exactly.
right? And that
Mm-hmm.
way anyone can look at it and see who's available. They can start talking, get all excited, right? And then the captains, you reveal your protection list, like who you're keeping later. I don't think you have to do that right away. Maybe we do that draft
Mhm.
night, so that way there's some gamesmanship in there, some strategies. You don't really know
love
who
it.
you're keeping, right? But if you guys need to scout, like I said, go to the website. There's even matches, and you can see the results of all the matches, and if in the Liquipedia link,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
including the VODs if it's available. So, for example, this finals for season 8, there's the Liquipedia VOD, and then also the Liquipedia link and the VOD, the YouTube link, so you guys can check that out. We are pretty legit in terms of all the records. If you see anything wrong, let the captains know. We'll make adjustments. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Cool. All right. So back to our list here. It looks like we can proceed with the draft after you get that draft list. So what's our target for that? About a week.
I'll get
Yeah.
I'll put a hard deadline on, like, 1 week.
All right.
Uh,
If that's the
I
case, yeah.
That will light
I
my
think we
fire.
should have the teams created before Memorial Day weekend.
Before
so 1 week
Memorial
from
Day
now.
weekend. So for those that don't know, when is that?
The 26th.
That would be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see.
May 26th.
Well, let's show the Team Liquid calendar. You guys can see the month list, 2 weeks. So right now, it is the 16th. So is that we're shooting for what? What date?
May 26th. You see that May? Yeah. That or Monday.
Yeah.
May.
How about the 24th? That's a
That's
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
All
Perfect.
right.
So,
That's our
on
target
Memorial
draft
Day
night,
weekend.
right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll put in here target draft night 5/24. 24, right? May 24. Actually, we have Europeans now, so we gotta do it like this. I'll do May 24th.
24/5.
Yep.
And don't forget the metric system there, alright?
Yep. Okay. And that would be 12. Look, to make it easier for us, you guys are gonna have to just make it easy for us that
Dude,
US
StarCraft is not
Eastern.
easy.
it's not easy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. I'm excited. We're gonna have a draft list by next
Yeah.
week. You guys can
Yeah.
figure out what you want to do. Relegation and
for-
promotions.
Ooh.
Ooh, what-
Real quick for the people on the stream. Listen, to be drafted, you do not have to be. You could be anywhere. You could get drafted, and we'll let you know what team you're on. So don't feel like it's exciting. Definitely watch if you're available. But don't feel like, oh, I'm not gonna get drafted because I was in Timbuktu. No, it's all good. Yeah, we got you covered. We got you covered.
All right, yeah,
And
you guys.
we've got Stage Games doing his own parody of Bare Naked Ladies 1 week. So, who knows? We might be working on a new theme song.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
will assist with
Speaking
that
of
if need
theme
be.
songs, guys, those
Alright.
that don't have the videos yet, get that out there because we are gonna make a brand new video, right?
Mhm.
Intro video, but it'll be similar things. So just to give you guys, I'll put it on the chat the link to our previous video,
Mhm.
right? And yeah, so this will be our season 9 hype video. So it'll be
Hype.
based off of this, but we'll make a brand new one, right? So I need the new intros. Make sure you get that to your captains.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We'll redo the song a little bit. It'll be based the same thing, but it'll be interesting. So you guys will have fun with that.
I literally bought a green screen just to reshoot my video. I hope it came out
Nice.
well.
That's nice. It'll be high quality then.
Yeah,
Cool.
hope
I
so.
saw that. I
think
did
it's gonna
see
be
it. We just haven't processed it because we want to get all the videos together. That way it's all
Right.
in one run, right?
all in one run. That makes
Okay,
sense.
cool.
Yeah, especially
So-
if you're trying to do it.
I guess we'll deal with the relegation promotion rules later because we still really have to
Yeah.
draft and there's a lot of prep and then the divisions are pretty much set. And so the next topic here is monthly shows and casual nights and all that. That's up to Hyper Turtle whenever he wants. He's just gonna post something, and whoever's
Mhm.
interested. This is not the regular matches that we track all the stats. It's just for fun, right, Hyper Turtle?
Right. Although I would like if the captains could just assist me trying to gauge interest, making sure that everyone's listening. But especially with the new players, we've got a lot of people who are very enthusiastic and just exploring
Mm-hmm.
the different types of StarCraft matches, some of the history of the game, the franchise itself. We've definitely got some people who are willing to give some very poor quality Brood War a shot. And in my opinion, that's the most entertaining kind of Brood War.
There you
You
go.
know, no one wants to watch people who know what they're doing with that game. It's just, there's too much that it's oversaturated. I'm just trying to rile people up, but I'm going to be hosting a bunch of stuff. Even one of the things I'm interested in is just some campaign playthrough, but have a whole lot of people in voice chat with me, so we can all just share our nostalgia, our recollections, our criticisms, and our
Yep.
outdated quotes. So the sky's the limit, and if anyone involved with FSL has some ideas they'd like to try too, the crazier the better.
Yep. If you guys don't notice, we chat a lot in the Discord. If you need the Discord, people that are on the YouTube VOD watching this later, or the Twitch chat now, reach out to hyper_turtle on Discord, and he'll get you the
I am very conversational.
access. Yeah.
You will not find me at a loss for words, so
There you go.
by all means.
Okay, so that's your thing, and anyone can help with that. But obviously, the captains can pass on your news. They're paying attention on FSL General, but when you see something, pass it on to your guys. Because I know that some of you teams are pretty active. Revenant Rage, very active with this team. All these little meetings and cool things that they do. So, that's pretty awesome. Also, we'll clean up the team Discord channels. No one is allowed in there except for the team captains and the players, because that'll encourage real good chatting. Because I know that some of the admins can hop in and out, and they're just like, they don't want to talk in there. So that's a big change that we're gonna do.
Yeah, I'll admit, because of that, I was even throwing around the idea of opening my own separate Discord for the team.
Yeah, you can do that too, but I think just for fairness, that's gonna be now locked out for captains. Okay, so we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
That's the new rule when we have the new teams. Now there's ways around it because I'm the server admin, but I assume you guys trust me anyway, so keep that in mind.
And there's still going to be some level of moderation too. So
Yeah. And honestly, I don't really care what you
evil.
guys chat about in there. It's up to you guys. You guys are captains and trusted. So, all right. The last topic here, before we go into tonight's stuff, is the pros and joes. We haven't had this in a little while. Now, on the website, if you guys go to the website, there is a pros and joes section. And if you click on that, you can see what we've been doing with it. We had all the players, professional players that we had access to. We've had several events. We even had Cyril. So I mean, that's the top of the top, right? So if we had Cyril, Max Pax, those guys, we can get everyone else pretty much, except probably Maru, because Maru doesn't really like to do other things. But it's possible. I have a contact with him through True, our former player, but we're still kind of working this out, so we'll include that, and that'll be part of Hyper Turtle's thing too, where he kind of figures out the schedule, working with Drikid, and then I do the final
it's
approval.
It's something that's going to be growing. It's something that's going to,
Yep.
This and some other stuff are going to figure into some of the crowdfunding, both to pay for the time of these professional players, but also to find some more directions to fund the league.
Yep. And what we'll do is we'll make the website easy to use for people that want to play and that aren't really part of FSL. Obviously, it's open to FSL priority, but you can click on it and say, hey, I want to play. And they put in a bid or something. So that way we pay the players for that opportunity. So we'll do that later. But we do have we can do that manually right now. But as far as the online automatic things, that has to be coded by someone, me. So I'll do that later. Okay, so that's the last topic, which means we can now talk about the new members that want to play tonight, and we're gonna do some sort of Evo SC2 mode. Let's bring in Staged, and who else? Archaic. Can you get him on?
Yeah, Archaic's a veteran of ours. I've definitely clashed with him a number of times.
Yeah, let's go do that. Let's bring him in.
Yeah, let's get an old opinion and a new opinion. Let's get some different points of view here.
Yeah, so for those, and we did great, guys. We talked about all these topics in less than an hour.
Oh,
just had to get everyone together.
Yeah. There was one thing that one of the items that you skipped over, the awards. So I wasn't able to get the awards, suited out for season 8, but trust me,
put
everybody on alert for season 9. Like, look for best plays, best defenses, best macro, best micro, all those things. Like, captains keep that in mind, players keep that in mind. You see something awesome, mark it.
Yeah.
And we'll comprise the awards and all that. It'll be real awesome and super fun.
Okay, cool.
And Nachos, that's another thing that you and I can brainstorm a bit on, okay?
All right, so we got Staged on and the Archaic. He's getting on camera. The Archaic is, but we do have Staged. Welcome, Staged. How you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man.
Tell us about yourself, man. How'd you get in here? How'd you hear about it? What's your SC2 history, etc.?
So, I'm highlighted on stream now. That's scary. So, I've been playing since Wings of Liberty, but I took like a long time away because, well, yeah, when servers were real unstable during that point in time, all my friends stopped playing, so I guess I stopped playing too. But I seen Hyper Turtle post on Reddit. He was like, "Hey, we got this FSL thing going on," and I was like, "You know what? I've been really feeling doing something competitive."
Nice. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna try and get back into SC2. We're gonna see what happens. And the next thing you know, I'm here and I'm schmoozing with all of the fellas. So,
Well, welcome,
hopefully
man.
it's
It's
gonna be
great
a
to
good
have
time.
you. Yeah, you're. I'm seeing here that you are registered as a random. That's really cool. A lot of people
But
enjoy that. And then you're a gold, which means you are in high demand.
Well, you see, Hyper Turtle's been a little bit lax on the admin side. So, I'm actually, we weren't sure where I was gonna be. And I ended up placing into like high platinum, but I'm also convinced that it inflated me a little bit.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
that the ranks are bugged, but like I'm around 2900 MMR, so like we'll see how that
yeah.
lands.
Well, we have relegation and promotion, so we'll adjust that accordingly. But either way, welcome. You're
Mhm.
going to be in high demand just because we need Code B and Code A players. So,
I I thought it was just because I'm pretty.
well, that's also a good
That
point
that's
too.
gonna come into play when the rewards come up.
There you go.
no, of course.
You
There
know,
you go. All right. Well, glad to have you, and we also have a veteran here on the chat now, on camera. Dark Cake, welcome back. How you doing, man?
Hello, hello. Great.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna play
Yeah.
tonight, aren't you?
Yes.
So the Archaic is pretty good with this Evo thing. But
Okay.
anyway, tell us, Archaic, what else have you been up to?
I've been doing a lot of band stuff for school.
Yeah, band. That's right. You're in
Yeah,
music
like,
stuff, right? You play the drums
yeah,
and stuff, right?
yeah. Like every week. Just
Got the
been
rocking hair
thing
for
after
it
school.
too. Nice. Cool. Neutrophil, I know you want to do the Evo thing. You and Archaic, and I think
Mhm.
Stage is gonna play tonight too. Is that right? And we need one more. And who wants to play?
I'll play.
All right, so we can do a 2v2. We can do a 3v3, but I don't think we need one. We
I think
do
that'll
need
work
one
just fine.
more. What's that?
I'll play.
All right, so Nachos
Mhm.
will play. So
There you
then
go.
we need one more player.
wait, I thought we needed one more player before Nachos.
Hold on. So we need 6 for a
1, 2.
3v3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have. I'm not playing. I'm casting and I'm streaming. So, but it would be cool, Hyper Turtle, if you cast with me because you know the Brood War stuff and you'll enjoy it. So we do need one more. If I counted this correctly, we're at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need one more player from the chat. I guess we can just invite somebody to hop on. We do have plenty of
about-
viewers right now.
What about this? What about your pal Great Archon?
Yeah. Or we can do 2v2 and then we alternate the 5th guy.
It
In-
looks like Sergeant ABC's on StarCraft right now.
Okay, message
Maybe
him.
we
But for
can-
now, we'll start with 2v2. So Nachos, you hang tight. We'll let these.
Hang tight.
Actually, wait, Revenant Rage, you're doing that messaging, so Nachos will play. So
Okay.
let's make these teams fair. Neutrophil, Archaic, we're splitting you up. Neutrophil, you probably should be with Stage, Nachos, and Archaic. Does that work?
Okay.
Let's
cool with
do that. All right, but you guys can chit chat while I set up. Are you guys excited?
Chit-chat.
You guys, I know Hyper Troll, you have questions. Why don't you go ask your questions about this weird Evo stuff that Vales is like? What is this?
The Cheese Man says you can get it in about
Oh,
15
there you
minutes.
go. He can team up
This
to
is
challenge.
this was one of those labors of love from the community, and it kind of hit at the perfect time, right when, well, as people were waiting for quite a while between big tournaments. The idea is they've really put a lot of work into trying to make it possible to sort of replicate the Brood War units and gameplay, and also be able to mix that in with the kind of standard Legacy of the Void stuff. So you can have someone play as Brood War Terran or SC2 Terran, so on and so forth. So you end up with things like you end up with Zerg that doesn't have Larva, Injects, doesn't get a movement bonus from the creep, but has some really strong Hydralisks, other things like that.
Okay.
You know, naturally, yep.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, naturally they had to balance things out over time because you got to account for the fact that you're still able to control like a whole army at once instead of being limited to 12 at a time.
All right.
Anyway, it's caught on, and there's a lot of work that's gone into it, and a lot of community support for it.
Okay, so I am inviting you guys to the thing. Neutrophil is the head, cause the head of the leader of the party, so he can create the maps. If you guys are not on SC2 yet, get on and go to channel FSL.
Hold on, it's bugging. It's saying that I'm in a lobby right now, so I'm gonna relog.
Okay, I'll make you captain again when you get back. But
Yeah.
this is gonna be
Great
cool,
Archon
guys.
said Gretchen can't play right now. He said
No
"I can't
worries.
right
We'll
now."
do these 2v2 first, and then the challenger to the winners can
Right.
team up.
And Sergeant
Right.
JBC says he can join in a little bit.
Cool.
Love it.
And so... Alright, so you're the leader, Neutrophil.
I think you're gonna have to relog too. It says you're in 11.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, I'll relog too. SC2's buggy.
Yeah, I'm just downloading right now.
It's a small indie company. We can't complain.
Now it is. Well, the Korean company is buying some stuff, so maybe they'll make
Not
SC2
buying, just licensing.
Just
I think a lot of
licensing, so-
people kind of went overboard. They've got permission to make a
to make
StarCraft
something
game.
new.
And then they've also gotten permission to distribute some sort of Overwatch mobile game that Blizzard's already been working on. So
Mhm.
distributed, I believe, in South Korea and Japan. You know, regardless, we're not going to hear anything about this stuff until it's a lot further along. So I'm
Maybe
not,
2-3 years.
I'm not really getting myself glued to it at all.
Okay.
Can
So I'm on
take a couple
SC2. Just
years.
invite me whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we? What
Oh,
do
we are
do?
doing a 2v2.
Yeah. So 2v2, and then I know the the third team will is still assembling, so they'll
Okay, hold
challenge.
on.
Yeah.
I
Maybe a
will-
2v2 map.
Yeah.
So is it remind us, is Evo like it's a plugin or a mod?
It's a
It's a
mod.
mod.
It has all the Brood War stuff too, so it's kind of
So you still
interesting.
use the same maps.
Gotcha.
Some of the stuff they've got original models they put together themselves on, like the Valkyrie. All right, Revel Rage, if you could
nice.
join.
So we'll have
Uh,
intros
I
for those
just-
that are ready. We haven't done the intros
Mhm.
for the new players yet. Okay, so
All right. And along with choosing a race, over on the right, you also need to choose BW or SC2.
yeah, so the rule for
Or
the
random
Evo
if you want to be
2v2.
really curious.
Well, so here's the rule for 2v2 to make it interesting. Otherwise, everyone just chooses
Mhm.
StarCraft 2 or whatever. At least one person per team should be BW, Brood War. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I was gonna play Brood War, but
So
We can do double bird
Sergeant-
yeah,
You-
this works.
Yeah, you can do double brew.
Yeah, at least one, which
Sergeant
means
ABC
one or
is
two.
available.
Yeah.
Alright.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay,
All
so
good.
we're setting up now. Good luck to you guys. We'll have the cameras on for you guys, and me and Hyper Turtle will Hyper Turtle mostly cast this, but you know, we'll have fun.
Are we gonna be all in the same lobby, or do
So
we
you
gotta...
guys can hop on different lobbies, so that way we can cast properly. So you guys move on to the different lobbies in the channel in Discord, and we'll
Yep.
get this started.
Do it.
Nachos will be ready with his team later to challenge. Well, we'll add him to the. He can watch with us.
All right, Hister is staged.
There we go. Thank you.
And Revenant Rage is going to be teamed up with the Archaic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sergeant ABC, I do see him on too. But
Yeah, he's in lobby 1.
yeah, he'll be ready for you. If you
Next
want to chat
up.
with him, Nachos, you can. So you guys can challenge. We'll rotate it around, okay?
Yeah. Let me go. I'll do a bio, then I'll come chat with him.
Okay, sounds
I'll
good.
Sure.
drop.
All right, Hyper Turtle, man.
All right.
They can't hear us. We're ready
And-
to go.
All right, let me tell you, if anyone is curious about actual Brood War StarCraft Remastered, check out ASL, check out the crowd-funded English translations that Artosis and Tasteless have been doing. The season that they're just in the process of wrapping up has been unbelievable, and you would be amazed by the dominant run that Soulkey has been on for the last few seasons. Soulkey, of course, is one of those few players who's won premium tournaments in both Brood War and StarCraft 2.
Here we go, guys.
Alrighty. Here we are on Rohana.
FSL battles in
You are watching.
How many names does Stage have? Reminds me of Deepu.
Right. So we have intros for 3 of them, not stage. So you're gonna have to just
Alright,
say stage.
we will
menu.
let them rip, and I will try to give Stage justice. Alright.
You can see my camera.
In the lower right, the Brood War Protoss in the red. Yes.
Neutrophil.
His teammate, a man of apparently many names, Brood War Zerg. We're still going to call him Stage. Their opponents. First of all, the Brood War Protoss in the blue. He is
The Archaic.
and his teammate, the Protoss. StarCraft 2 in the light blue.
Revenant Rage.
Alright. Now, I think the biggest thing that's going to be throwing everyone off who's playing the Brood War versions, no macro mechanics. And by that, I mean no mules, no chrono boost, no inject larva. You know, you were strictly starting up, and you were playing with what you've got. However, you're also going to find that the units there tend to be a lot stronger, especially based on what their supply is. Got the Overlords scouting across the map. Now you'll notice some of these cases, they've changed the skins themselves. Some of the others are the classic skins that were part of the BlizzCon virtual tickets or the war chest at certain times. But yeah, I think they were planning to get a lot further along on those, but eventually development kind of got closed down.
Yeah,
Now,
it's hard to
started-
tell who's who, but until you start seeing the structures are a little different, right?
Yes, indeed. And, you know, like I said, some of these structures, some of these versions of the structures you might have seen anyway, just because someone had a Brood War or
Yep.
Classic skin turned on. Those are like the main buildings, the main attack units, the workers, and their big unit, the carrier, Ultralisk,
Yep.
or battlecruiser. Alright, now these are powerful Dragoons. These guys pack a punch per attack. No blink, though. You're going to find that a lot of these Brood War units are a bit more basic.
They
The
haven't evolved
Zealots,
yet.
even when they're upgraded, yeah, like when Zealots are upgraded with legs, yeah, their speed increases. They don't have charge, though.
Look at the way these lings look. Wow.
Yeah, it's, when Remastered first came out, a lot of people were very fascinated by actually being able to make out the little arm things that are poking out of their backs.
Yeah, that's really
Disgusting. just the way Zerg should be.
So yeah, we only have one SC2 player, and that is Revenant Rage. The rest are all Brood War.
Right. And I believe what's researching right now for Neutrophil is Dragoon Range.
Yeah, Dragoon Range, and then for the Archaic is that
Singularity charge for those.
charge or the leg enhancements.
Yep, that's the Citadel of Adun, kind of like the Twilight Council. Great Archons mentioning how to handle normal, explosive, and concussive damage. I don't know. I believe that they just adjusted like what kind of unit types are attached to certain units and what kind of unit types their attacks do bonus against.
Yeah.
I am not 100% sure about that, but I believe that's the case. And here we go. Archon Harass versus bit of a couple of Dragoons just killing workers themselves.
Yeah, the Adepts for Revenant Rage, but he's also getting attacked, so he has to micro on two sides.
Right. So we got a lot of pain going on here. Yeah, the interesting thing is concussive damage. The only units in the game that had concussive damage were Terran, and we are very lacking in Brood War Terran right now, so we don't have to worry about that. Explosive damage. Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of the units, including Dragoons, and Hydralisks. But the thing is, the penalty for using explosive damage against tinier units wasn't nearly as heavy as concussive against large units. So right now, basically, for the most part, we're teching up. You see the classic Brood War shuttle is in production for the Archaic, so I think there's some drop play that's going to be going on here. I do like how the shield battery is autocast here. That's handy. And here we go. Dragoons and Stalkers. Oh, look at all these Zerglings coming in for Pyrochild. And each of those Zerglings is tougher than your average StarCraft 2 Zergling.
Ooh, but the Archaic with the DT, man, they're gonna push him back.
Oh yes, and no detection inside. They are gonna have to make their way home.
The funny thing is, the Brood War Overlord has detecting capability.
It does. It does not have to morph at all.
Yeah.
And you're never short on those.
Which is funny, right? It's like the evolution went backwards. They used to be able to see, now they can't. They have to morph.
Yeah, you know, I think it's supposed to be kind of give and take when it comes to Zerg evolution. Also, no warp gate, by the way. So the only guy who can warp in stuff is Revenant Rage. And I don't think that shuttle has speed yet. That's a separate upgrade.
Yeah, it's very slow. But they need stuff here, man. They're getting ransacked here.
Right, they're getting pushed back. The Archaic currently supply blocked. Neutrophil does need to get a pylon down soon, but alright for the moment. Let's see. Now, because you can't inject larvae, the more hatcheries the better. You see Pyrochild is up to 4 bases, even though there isn't a lot of saturation on them.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
And we have a Reaver coming out, by the way. Reavers, you have to individually purchase each shot they take, kind of like Interceptors, except they don't get to keep them.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, the Archaic needs to repower some of those structures, too. Classic Reaver drop. If you have been watching ASL, you know, we're hoping that Neutrophil does Snow proud.
So they survived. Looks like we're gonna go into the mid game.
Yep, glad to see it too. We are getting more upgrades going on here. Archaic almost done with the robotics support bay. That's what'll allow him to not only do some upgrades, but create Reavers. The Observers, in order to make those, you actually have to have an observation bay, something like that.
Yeah.
Observatory. Oh, look at all these Brood War Zerglings. That is a lot of damage there. Hydralisk not only powerful, but also very supply efficient. If they've kept it the way it used to be, then Hydralisks are only 1 supply each. But, one of these days I'm going to have to do some homework and just kind of see what sort of stuff they ended up having to change up a little bit, just to keep things competitive.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of credit that's...
Apparently the pros playing this have come up with some really cool things. I don't know how the balance is, but it looks fun.
it's pretty good for what it is. It's nowhere near as balanced as a standard match of StarCraft 2 is, regardless of what your
course.
thoughts are on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have made a lot of adjustments over the last year, and some of it's been very clever. They've been getting a lot of input from the community.
Whoops.
Here we go. I'm just curious. Not a lot of upgrades yet for the Protoss players, but Highfield, also known as Stage, also known by many other names, has definitely got some good Zerg upgrades going, and we are getting into Brood War Lurker Attack as well as some Brood War Mutalisks. So
And here's the big. Oh, they backed off.
yeah, right now. Oh, but over there in the back of the archaic
Oh, they
space, we
got-
have a Reaver drop.
Yeah.
Reavers can wipe out worker lines faster than you can imagine, and I do not know if they have added anything to emulate the way that scarabs kind of whiff sometimes if they don't reach their intended target in time.
Oh man, look at that.
I've listened to goons just piling the damage on.
And here's the big attack in the front, but the scarabs you're watching explode.
And scarabs, by the way, do not do they don't. I'm not sure how it works here, but in Brood War they don't do friendly damage against the player who owns the scarab, but they do damage friendly fire to your allies. I don't know if they kept that in here. Terrible, terrible damage. Oh, that wasn't a thing until the Wings of Liberty beta, but it is pretty terrible the more you look at it. And look at Neutrophil trying to depower the Archaic pylons again. Doesn't quite. Oh,
Oh, yes,
yeah, doesn't quite depower anything. The more the merrier. No matter what, you must construct additional pylons.
Wow, they survived. It's so hard
Once
to read
again,
this
that's
game.
that's another big one. Yeah, it's maybe if I watched more, but look at the Mutalisks in the upper left. Right now, Revenant Rage and the Archaic are really hurting for workers. Revenant Rage down to 33 supply. And no real answer to these Mutalisks. Dragoons, by the way, without Blink, not exactly good at chasing flying units down.
Yeah, that's where the blink thing is awesome, right?
Right, just giving them that much more, even though it's just a short distance. Mutalisks are trying to focus down the Templar archives. And you see there's a Reaver there, but it does not have any Scarabs built yet. It is building one, but...
he moved it forward with the F2, so it died right in the front lines without shooting.
And Reavers do not move very quickly. If they're
true.
too far ahead, it's a while before they get back. They look like slugs and they move like them. Owie, owie, owie.
Will they break them now?
I'm pretty sure that we're pretty close to the end.
Yeah, nice.
And we have the GGs.
That's the GG.
Alright. So who are we alternating in now?
So
Is that,
yeah, I think we just
not-
do one match, and then we can rotate. You know,
3v3?
so then, so yeah, the Archaic can regroup and talk strategy. You can switch, but then we can bring the challenger in now. So that would be Nachos, the challenger, and is it Sergeant
Yep,
ABC?
and
Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Long time no talk.
yeah, we missed you, man. You know.
Yeah, I've been crunching the numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, crunched numbers are good numbers. And Stage, just curious, what name do you want us to call you? Because I see you've got at least 3 now.
Well, I've got a crisis of branding in StarCraft, but just call me Staged because for the -1 fans I've got out there, that's my caster name.
Well, you don't want to lose that one fan. So I hear ya. I've been going with Hyper Turtle since I guess Warcraft 3 days, but yeah. All right. But
Okay.
Meanwhile, Sergeant ABC and Nachos.
yeah, so we just
You
need him
guys
on
have played.
cam.
You guys have played this before, right? Hmm? Okay. Yeah. Get into the VDO.
Yep, I got the
If you guys,
Archaic
if you
here.
guys
and-
want to send me the link, I can get in the video real
It's
fast.
Yes.
FSL general chat. Just have to scroll up a tiny bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Nachos is here. We got the Archaic. We got Lanix Magi, but I guess that person is playing later. Rotating, guys. The
that's-
winner. Like King of the Hill. One match, though, so that way it's not best of 2 or 3. Just keep rotating.
All right, we are gonna have to rotate the party a little.
So, yeah.
What do you guys have?
So we got to remove.
Password is.
The challengers will face Neutrophil and staged again. And then
If we have enough now, do you just want to run a 3v3?
Oh, dude, we do have enough, don't we?
It's like, why not? Let's get a better
There you
mix
go.
in
Yeah,
here.
that way no one's waiting.
Do it.
All right, let's do that.
We got Cheese on his way too, possibly.
Okay.
Says he is available. He says that.
Oh, believe me, in FSL, there's always cheese on the way. But
Is that Lanix Magi?
that's
Who
what I
is
did
that?
there.
Who is that Lanix Magi?
That's another one of the newer players.
I know he wants to play,
Yeah,
so
live
let's
video.
accommodate who we
I think
can.
Ababishi.
Oh,
also
Cheese is
known
Lanix,
as,
so he is
Nubio.
on. Cheese
tell
is
you
Lanix,
what.
he is on. Okay, cool. And we got
I can
Sergeant
go ahead and-
ABC here.
I'll sit one out. I gotta hit the head anyways, so
Okay. So we'll
you guys
so
can have one without me.
all right, cool. And
Here.
hop back on later if you want. So Cheese, if you want to come back, let's bring him on. I see his camera, but it's muted right, or it's blocked right now. So if he's available, bring him into the Discord if he's ready to play. So Stage will be back later, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, there. So Cheese is here. Is he on Discord? Let's bring him in. While we set up the games. Welcome, Sergeant ABC. While we're waiting, man. How you doing? Good seeing you.
Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. I got quit out of Twitch. Ugh. My daughter's hanging out too.
Yeah. It's been a
Yep.
while, man. How are your how's your gaming adventures in the last few? Hello. Say hello to the
It's been-
FSL
it's
crowd.
been pretty good.
Say hello to the
Say
nice
hi,
people.
everybody.
Yo.
There you go.
There we
So
go.
we got Little Miss Sergeant ABC.
Yeah, yeah. Now are we clicking on BW on the Team 1, Team 2 thing? What are we clicking on?
You know, whichever you prefer, as long
Yeah.
as it's a good mix.
Yep. I think
As
with
long as-
3v3 we will have at least one Brood War player per team.
Yeah.
So you can do
I'll
whatever
say
you want.
report. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I was just
I can
curious.
remember.
We
my
just need
Mutalist-
Cheese on. Cheese on to
Yeah.
Discord and the game.
I am
You-
on.
Mutalisk evolve into Guardians. That's how I have to remember that.
And be on FSL channel so we can invite you.
Am I? Oh, I'm.
Oh,
already
there,
on
Cheese
that.
is on. Okay, so yeah, let's say hello to Cheese. Tell us about
we
yourself,
got another
Cheese.
new
Welcome.
face here.
Jeez.
Thank you, thank you. I love the Evo mod. It might be my favorite way to play because it takes a lot of the macro pressure off and just lets you amass stuff really quick. So it's very satisfying to play. But I've been playing StarCraft since the release of StarCraft 1, and I really only played with like one other person for the last, since 1998, who also joined the league this year. So
Nice.
it's very exciting to be able to play with other people.
Great. Welcome, man.
They're a lot like me and War Bunnies that way.
Yep, any new RTS, we're playing it.
And let's see.
I think we've got everyone together.
Do we have everyone?
Yep.
So I'm seeing I don't see Cheese on our list of new players. Do we have him in there?
It might be
Lennox
Lennox.
Magic.
Oh, Lanix Magi. Okay, I see. So we're gonna call you Lanix Magi. So he's not Cheese.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
also
Yeah,
an
we're-
in-demand Gold 1 player. In demand, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
They're gonna
Yeah,
be
I
fighting
just
for
joined the
you.
ladder in the last 6 months, so I've never played ladder really ever in
They're
any
gonna
game.
fight for
so-
you. They want code Bs, man. You are in super high demand.
They want
The
people to
number one
build
draft choice,
the
probably.
image.
We was
Go,
just coaching you last night.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go back and look. Go back and look at the last season, and the smallest code was code B.
Yeah.
And yeah, code S, code A can't go down, but you can always go up. And it's like, we're out of code Bs. What the what? Yeah, it's
Yeah, these ungrateful players kept getting better.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's
Start
do this,
running out of
guys.
little brothers.
Let's do this,
Okay,
guys.
let me-
And then whoever else wants to join for the next game, we'll add you on. But let's get going on this 3v3. Good luck. Have fun, guys.
Yo, can I get
Good
into the
luck.
party just so I can give it, or do I gotta watch
Oh
out
yeah,
the stream?
yeah. Let's. Did we add him?
You kicked me out when I had to
Oh.
bail out a second.
Yeah. Somebody. Yeah. Probably a mistake. No problem. We'll re-add.
It's all
you.
good.
Where are you? Are you on FSL channel? Oh
Yeah, I got pulled in. I got pulled in.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Yeah, we're all gravy. Thank you.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Cool.
So let
I
me
see
do this
Nuke's
again,
also
then.
waiting, so maybe he wants to join in later for the next game.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's get going with this best 3v3.
Cool. Oh, which lobby do we go into? Oh, I see. Later.
Yeah, just yeah. Okay, so we see the 3v3 here. Hyper Turtle, let's. Oh, Hyper Turtle got moved.
Yeah, I think we got them divided up properly.
Wait, did we mess up something here?
Something.
Okay, we're good. So
Actually-
wait, we have someone new.
Suddenly put staged and when he wasn't in the party.
Okay, I have
Okay.
Okay, I got third person on the stream channel. Hello, H.
Yep.
Who's H?
Hababishi, and
Oh,
then
is that
stage
Nuke?
also kind of left over.
Is that Nuked?
That is
Yeah, that's
Nucleo.
me.
Nucleo, hey,
Nuke,
welcome,
Nuke
man.
is
You can
from
join
last
us on the
season.
chit chat. You're not playing right now because it's 3v3, but we'll have you in. But welcome, we'll chat with you, and you can stay here on the chit chat stream channel. Okay, welcome.
Yep, staged as well. You know, let's share some memories, people.
Yeah, stages.
Wow, the main stage. I never thought my casting career would take off so quickly.
I gotta
know-
say, one of my favorite things back in the day was always doing like 1v1 playoffs. They would have like the old Brood War lobbies where it was just 1v1 playoffs.
Nice.
You get your friends together and you just like sit there and trash talk the entire time as they're just doing a 1v1 and like super tryharding.
There you go.
Watch action on this sword.
All right, let's do the intros.
Alright. We have our rep, Brood War Terran. He is.
Neutrophil.
His teammates. In the light blue, he is.
Revenant Rage.
And finally, last but no, this is Lennox here. The Zerg in the pink.
All right, and the other team.
The other team, the Brood War Zerg. Purple colored he is.
Nachos.
Nachos.
His teammates. The yellow StarCraft 2 Zerg he is.
Sergeant ABC.
Sergeant ABC.
And to round things out, we have the StarCraft 2 Terran in the blue.
The Archaic.
Oh, we're gonna have to use your voice for these intros, man. That's
The Archaic.
I do my
Oh
best.
yeah, there's room for that stuff.
yeah. Maybe we should do that. You should give me audio, and we'll put that on the intros.
And I'm serious. We should, we can get some of us together, but we can actually have some StarCraft players sing the intro.
Uh oh, looks like we have a little bit of a lag.
You know, in the Brood War days, the first thing you'd ask them is, so did you open port 6112?
It was usually in my day asking who's on the phone, who picked up the phone receiver.
Oh, there's that one as well.
I remember that. Yeah.
I also remember that. Those were the days.
Oh my gosh, I was so mad when someone did that.
Yep. And unfortunately, my parents were usually equally mad.
So
Why are you still on the game? Can you get off the internet? We need to call the phone company.
Nacho's PC crash, I suppose. So it'll be 2 versus 3.
I think they're talking about
Well,
trying
we
to
can-
do a remake.
Oh, they're gonna do a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Just more interesting that way.
Could I get in the game as an observer this time?
Oh yeah,
thought you were.
we should. Yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
hop on
sure.
FSL. We'll add you all on. No 1-1. Let's bring everyone on. And while we're waiting, we got Nuke Leo. Welcome, man. Tell us about yourself while you're on here.
Hey, I have been playing StarCraft 2. Started with that game as far as RTS goes back in like high school, and I played on and off. Initially, I was a Terran player. Started out like hardcore bronze. Would lose to my friend Jason, who was Protoss. He would walk in and kill me with a different unit.
Yep.
For about like 150 games in a row until I learned how to play, and then he never beat me again.
Nice.
Since then, I switched to Zerg because I thought the units were cooler in Heart of the Swarm, and I've been playing Zerg since.
Great. Welcome, man.
Okay.
Seeing you here. We'll get you
So
your intro set up.
Revenant Rage isn't going to play this time.
Okay.
We're
Well,
moving
then
to
we'll
the party,
redo
and
the
then we can
teams.
decide who wants to step up. Nucleo, you think you're willing to give it a try?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
And
go with my
Nuke,
thumb.
by the way, you talked about like weren't being all that good at first, but I just want to say, like, if it's any consolation, you look exactly like the Brood War player named Gypsy. So, like, you had me fooled for a second. I think you're a pro already.
Gypsy spelled just like gypsies like in Rome or something, or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know this Brood War player. I'm not like huge on the Brood War scene, but let me look him
He's
up
an
real
he's an
quick.
American, and he's like
All right. Stage accept.
he's a
Oh,
character.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yep, sorry. Thank you.
Must be the facial hair.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna move you over to that group. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I've done a lot of performing arts stuff. So, if anyone wants to work with me to create a theme song and is able to do it quickly, I think we can do it.
Oh, it thinks I'm still in a score screen, I think. No, okay, I made it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anyone marked as being in game.
So we're having some invite issues, huh? So
Oh,
the ones
fair.
that are not popping up, maybe let's bring it all back into the same
I thought
channel so we
Stage
can
was
just
already
chit
in
chat.
there.
Yeah. I'm gonna
No,
go ahead
he's,
and relog.
he's
I'll be right
already
back.
in.
He is, but there's
Yeah, that's Pyro Child.
Yeah. It's not showing me, but at the same time, I'll assume that I'm there.
okay. So let's make
Schrodinger's
someone else
player
the
invite.
leader. Yeah. So maybe Hyper Turtle.
Sure.
Okay. Let's try this again. This is Battle.net issues, I suppose.
Very reliable piece of software. Are you guys considered like seeing yourselves in a lobby right now?
Oh, I haven't created it yet.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
You know, yeah, I've got to look through places and see what 3v3 map. I've got some old nostalgia for him.
I'm sure you know him way better than I do.
We got a pretty decent party tonight, right? Group of people. It's last minute,
Oh yeah.
but a lot of people are interested, and look at that. We even
Once it
got.
comes to streaming, I think we might even just fool around with some other custom games.
That's right. We'll do a few
StarCraft's
more.
never gonna die, man.
That's true. I'll be playing it until I can't.
Until you
Yeah,
got
for
those flash
31 of
wrists.
9.
Somebody
Right
was
now
telling
it's
me.
just waiting for party.
Let's bring everyone in on the voice so that we'll do it faster.
Yeah.
'Cause they, let's,
Yeah.
you know,
Or early base defense.
until we'll. It'll be
Yeah.
easier if we're all in the same voice while we sort this out, and then we'll split you
What
guys
happened?
up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
right
sorry.
now I tried to create a new lobby. It's just waiting for party.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and relog. I'll be right back.
Okay, here.
Yeah. Should we try to relog?
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
been
all
really
do
buggy.
it. Where the action is.
Stable game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not
Turns-
old or anything.
Turns out the reason all my friends left in 2010 is the same reason that we gotta quit and rejoin now. Then again, the way that I say that, it sounds like, all my friends left me and I'm all alone. No, that's not the case.
And that they're
Star-
trying to rejoin you. It's like they're trying to reach you, man, but
They're trying to reach me about my car's
All this
extended
time.
warranty.
Yes, got it.
No doubt.
I love it. I love it.
Alright.
So, Mr. Staged, are you going to be playing this next season, or are you a guest?
I'm planning on playing. It's just a matter of, I was talking about, one of my first memories of playing StarCraft was doing 1v1 playoffs, and so I don't mind sitting out and getting the chance to, well, I'm not going to say heckle because it's much more good natured than that, but enjoy other people's gameplay as well.
I see. I got to play last season, and I've been getting some coaching from. Give a little shout out to Gamer Richie. He's been giving me some good coaching lately. I've been getting cheese too much, so I might be giving the
Here.
aggression back in the beginning. That's my opener.
And KJ, could you leave
Oh.
your current party so I can invite you to the new one?
You see, Sergeant, I very much encourage that as long as you're not playing against me. If you want to just go ahead and take it a little bit easier when you're playing against me, I'm happy.
My biggest thing when I was first doing it was I was forgetting to macro behind it. And after I went back and looked at some of the games and reminded myself, I think I've got the initial cheese and macro behind. So it's been working out pretty good.
They got the old customs back in the day where you had to control Proberto and make sure he kept moving while you were going ahead and macroing and setting up all kinds of cheese.
Oh
They had
my
the
gosh.
multitask trainers.
Oh jeez.
Wait, who's
Who is that?
Proberto?
Proberto? I
Proberto.
don't actually know who that is.
No, Proberto.
Yeah.
Before there was Probius, people. There was Proberto.
Still don't know who Probius is, but that's okay.
Probius is the probe from the Legacy of the Void opening, who creates that pylon that ends up completing just in time.
Literal MVP.
I see.
He's also a playable
see.
character in Heroes of the Storm.
In Heroes of the
Oh
Storm,
my God, that's
and an
amazing.
Easter egg in co-op if you're playing as Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know about that
The
last
goat.
bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's you have to have all the other hero or champion units active at the same time, and then the next probe you create will have that little hero thing behind them.
It's awesome.
It's actually, it has no effect on the game, but you get to say you've got Probius on your team.
You get the morale bonus.
Yep.
There you go.
Alright.
Alright, we got 2 more for the party.
Yeah, Nucleo, make sure you join the lobby.
Nucleo?
There's one more.
Or is that Neutrophil?
Nope. Well, I don't know. It might be both.
We got
And
one
UN
more.
players in town.
You know,
Oh,
we got some
Nucleo.
pretty good broadcast voices here. We definitely need to talk about casting and,
Oh, definitely.
Does
and the
anyone want to
intro
start a
voice intros,
podcast?
right?
Yeah, no
Like I
doubt.
said, I used to be a Dota 2 like amateur tier 3, tier 4 caster, so I kind
Ooh,
of got a wee
nice.
bit of practice.
I'd be down to try it, but I've never really casted seriously.
Oh, it's not
Alright.
it's not complicated. We're not serious either.
What are the teams here?
What are you talking about, KJ? We're super serious. Come on now.
All right.
Come on.
Alright, push nachos in, take me out. I think it was
Which of you is me?
Pyro Child.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you there.
Alright.
Alright, do I have the teams correct?
I am an observer.
Yeah, you got Pyro Child in. We want to take Pyro Child out and bring Lennox in.
Okay.
Now you're cooking.
Alright.
And then is Lanix gonna go? Does it
Zerg?
matter?
I'll do random Brood War.
Okay. Does this team seem fair enough? Maybe Nucleo and
so.
Neutrophil on different teams, I think.
Nucleo. Well, because that last game, Neutrophil and Archaic had 130, 140 APM. Everybody else had less than 70.
I mean, you was in the first like 2 minutes of the game though. You can be a high level player and still have no APM because there's nothing to do.
I mean,
that
Revenant
early.
Rage, I gotta give him something because he's Protoss. Protoss just wins and wins, right?
Alright, how about this? Is this okay?
I think it looks good.
Alright, let's just do it, okay? I'm gonna get
Okay.
everyone's lobbies after this match. We can end the broadcast, but I would like to still hang out with people, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Ready?
Ready. Going to our lobbies. Getting kicked.
Okay, I think that does it.
I'm in the wrong lobby. I'm gonna just change my.
Oh,
I gotta change my name to Cheese on StarCraft.
okay, which one are you in?
I'm still Lanix. Lanix equals Cheese.
Okay, here.
I'll unite the two.
Okay.
Alright, now we got it
Sage,
fixed
are
up.
you the one that isn't playing?
That is correct. You got it right.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this is a slightly older map called Typhon. But I believe still belongs to the Void days.
It's after my days.
Alright.
So with 4 Zergs here, how many hatch
Alright.
before pool do we think we're getting in this game?
We have the pink Brood War Zerg. He is.
Lennox. Sergeant ABC. My bad. No, that's Lennox. That's Lennox.
Yep. The blue, light blue Zerg.
Nucleo.
And finally, the StarCraft 2 Terran. In the purple, he is.
The arcade.
Their opponents, the Brood War Terran in the red, he is.
Neutrophil.
The StarCraft 2 Zerg. In the blue, he is called.
Nachos.
Nachos.
And finally, We have an orange StarCraft 2 Zerg. On Saturday nights, his buddies call him
Sergeant ABC.
I love it. All right. So we have spawning pools aplenty here.
I'm kind of surprised we're seeing so much pool before hatch. I really felt like we would be seeing a lot of people going hatch first, even in a 3v3.
Yeah, I'd say Brood War, you generally... I don't know, it depends, but usually it's overpool. You get the first Overlord out, then the spawning pool, then another hatchery.
You
I
see,
think that's the current meta anyway.
just my take on it, as someone who's not very good at the game, I've always felt that you want to try and just maximize larva efficiency, so you get the Overlord out in 14, and then you just go ahead and hatchery as soon as you get the money for it while keeping drones going. But again, I'm not good, so I'm not going to go ahead and take credit for, oh, we got wings crossing the map already.
And this is why you might want to have your spawning pool ready. Sergeant ABC already hitting with 6 little Zerglings.
Was that a 12
Now keep in mind, yep, these are StarCraft 2 Zerglings though, so maybe not quite as sturdy.
Still
Oh
putting a bit
man,
of hurting on,
chasing the SCV is all the way into the Allied base.
Uh-oh. I think this
Nachos
lobby's
again?
cursed.
It is nachos
losing
again.
it.
No, nachos is cursed. Do not eat those nachos, especially not the dip.
We probably need to get him a new PC with an upgraded upgraded chips. Nacho chips.
Can't handle 6 players.
I believe the old question is, oh boy, the most powerful chips in your computer are Doritos.
All right, they're gonna run the 2v3. They're gonna run the 2v3. So I think
let's just roll with it.
Yeah, it's not serious. It's not
See
for
what
points.
happens. Neutrophil can do it too, you know. I think it might just be a question of adapting to what he's going to be controlling.
It's just he gets
Apparently
a little bit
my
extra
SC2
macro.
client is allergic to Evo.
I gotta figure out a
Alrighty.
way of getting Sergeant ABC out of their base. He talked about being a cheeser, and you know, I'm really starting to feel it right now. This is a cheesy Sergeant.
I think our lower level Zerg have really found the uses of getting some early Zerglings out. Not necessarily to commit to them entirely, but at the very least to force some units out and see what they're up against.
You can't let them just macro up the entire game, you know? When you're a lower level player, you gotta force some responses.
And check this out, and check this out from Neutrophil. Back in the day, back in my day, you had to research siege technology. And nachos.
That's terrible. I don't know what it is. It's allergic.
Evo is doing terrible damage to your connection.
Yes. Yeah.
He has
nachos out.
He probably has
And look
Doritos
at-
instead of an Nvidia.
There you go.
Spider-Mine's coming out, and look at that micro. This really does come off like classic, except, yeah, moving shots can only be kept up for so long sometimes.
You can't patrol micro in StarCraft 2. That's the big problem.
No,
you're
it
running
doesn't
into
work
there.
the same way. There's a little bit of gliding you can take advantage of, but... Oh, and look at this. Look at this coming from the Archaic. We have Nuke Tech coming down. StarCraft 2 Nuke Tech, which is available a lot earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, liftoff being forced by all of these Zerglings from Lanix.
Neutrophil's got a nice defensive position here, though. The double bunker, that crazy Sim City. Look at that.
I am loving that, but yeah, the Zerglings just go ahead and find other customers. Here's that Vulture just doing the best to pick them off. If the drones keep it occupied, that actually was very effective.
And this is super important as well, because of the fact that it means that that money that Nacho's units are getting...
What's going on in Nachos' base, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Look
That's
at how
what he's saying.
efficient those are.
Yeah, he's right that Nacho's not gonna make money for them.
Right. Right now, that money was being distributed to the other two players, but taking these drones out is very, very important for the top team. It cuts off a huge supply of their money that would otherwise just be like over macroing.
Right, and shared with everyone who's still left. Vulture speed on the way. And yeah, nuke is under construction. Not nucleo, mind you. I mean a nuclear warhead.
That's right.
Now this is damage that might just keep accumulating.
I think this is a really smart play from the top team, though, just basically trying to harass the remnants of Nachos out of the game, because when you've got the bases, when you've got the drones, it's free money, but you're not going to take the attention. Oh my god, that was a big spider mine hit.
Look at that ghost. I guess those are StarCraft 2 overlords, though, right? I love how in this you gotta kind of think twice. It's like, wait a moment, are those the old kind of overlords that always have to touch
Holy
them?
smokes!
Oh, he needs to
Nuclear
scan.
launch.
He's going to
He doesn't
land. He's
know.
got no idea where it is.
He's not scanning.
Yeah.
He would have killed it.
He's
if-
got.
Oh!
That is brutal to have a nuke land right on your comm set.
Oh, wow.
That might not be something they can recover from. And here comes nuke number 2.
The thing about that, too, is he didn't even have the second command center down. He'd lifted off before. So he literally has no workers aside from what he had in the geysers.
Okay, here, do your terrible, terrible damage impression.
I'm taking terrible, terrible damage.
Indeed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised here, but... And yeah, oh, bad luck, people.
That is beyond cheesy, and I love it.
Nuclear cheese. Alrighty. Now there are, holy smokes, but that smoke's in the shape of a mushroom cloud, I'm afraid.
So this is what we're gonna do,
All
guys.
right.
1 kill, guys.
Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. You guys can keep playing with Hyper Turtle. Gonna organize it, but the stream is going to end. But you guys can watch the VOD later and see what's going on.
All right.
You guys, it's open game night. You guys are in charge to
Yes,
whatever
indeed.
you guys want to do.
Alright.
You know what I would like to do? I would like to do some Ire Chef, because I have
There you
never
go.
played that with people.
But,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
so
With
do that.
that
You guys are on the
many
Discord
people.
channel. Say goodbye to the stream, guys. We'll end it.
Bye,
Alright,
guys.
goodbye. You people are
watching.
lovely. Whoever you are, wherever you are.
Tune in next time.
Lovely, lovely.
Thanks for
Later,
looking.
guys.
Thanks for
Enjoy.
watching.
And hats off to Staged here, who is pretty good at casting already. So
Yeah.
Good job,
You're-
Stage.
Did
You're
you do
great
the
with
voice
me.
too?
Great job.
Was he the same guy that did the voiceover also?
Yeah. That's
All right, man. You're gonna have to make intro vocals. So.
Yeah, no
All
doubt.
right. Have fun, guys. We'll see you guys later.
alright,
Later.
later people.
StarCraft calling from the void. Young and old gamers deployed. FSL battles in the night. Team League warriors take flight. Terran cell it ready to strike. Surdling swarm under moonlight. Blood off eyes bright as gold. Legend stories brave and bold. Charge the fields ready to fight. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Terran cell it ready to strike. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Structures rise, defenses fall. Victory sweet, we answer the call. Tactics sharp and plans precise. We face our fate, roll the dice. Intense drumming, the heartbeat sync. Pop boom screaming on the brink. Tension builds with each move. Proving battles we improve. Charge the fields ready to fight. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts burning through the night. Turn sailor ready to strike. Masters of the star shining bright. In the game we find our light. High hearts heartbeats sink, pop punk screaming on the brink. Tension builds with each move, proving battles we improve. Charge the fields, ready to fight, masters of the stars shining bright. In the game we find our light, high hearts burning through the night. Turn sailor, ready to strike, masters of the stars shining bright. In the game we find our might,